Hi everyone, welcome to Desperate India. So in this session we will learn about profit, loss and discount. So we are already aware of this topic since our childhood, but once again we will revise the basics and we will solve different problems. We will apply all the formulae in problems. So as far as formula is concerned, don't worry about those formulae. You just need to have an idea on the concept and a few formulae so that you can apply in any problem. You can do any problem by using those formulae. So let's get into the concept of profit and loss. So some basic terms that come under this is profit, the selling price, cost price, loss. So what is selling price? Let's say you purchased a pen for 10 rupees from a shopkeeper. Then this 10 rupees is known as the selling price. Let's say the shopkeeper purchased from a wholesaler for 8 rupees. So he purchased that pen for 8 rupees and then he sold this 8 rupee pen to you for 10 rupees. So this one will be the cost price. This one will be the selling price. And the 2 rupee margin is the profit for this shopkeeper, right? So here if you observe, the cost price is less than the selling price. That's the reason why the shopkeeper got the profit. If you had sold this 8 rupee pen for 6 rupees for you, then he would have incurred 2 rupee loss. Why? Because here in this case the cost price is more than the selling price. So whenever a cost price is more than selling price, we will get loss, and whenever selling price is more than cost price, then we will get profit. So we all are aware of these concepts. So I will write down some formulae. So with those formulae, just remember that concept and formula, you can solve any problem that come under profit and loss. Okay. So the first one is profit is equal to SP minus CP. Percentage profit is SP minus CP by CP into 100. We will compare percentage profit and percentage loss with only with CP. Percentage loss is CP minus SP by CP. So what is loss? Loss means CP minus SP, right? Whenever someone gets loss, then what does that mean? The cost price is more than the selling price. So in that case, a person incurs a loss. So profit percent is equal to SP minus CP by CP into 100, which also means profit percentage is equal to profit by CP into 100, right? So whereas loss percent is equal to CP minus SP by CP, which also means loss percent is equal to loss by CP into 100. We can also write like this. And for profit percent, we have one more concept, one more formula. We can use this in some problems. Just remember this: profit percent is equal to goods left by goods sold into 100. See, we will solve each and every problem from each and every formula. Okay, we will apply all these formulae in the problem so that you can learn how to use this formulae. Okay, so this is the first one, second, third, fourth. So selling price is equal to 100 plus gain percent by 100 into cost price, whereas selling price is equal to 100 minus loss percent by 100 into cost price. This is the case with the gain percentage, that is profit percent, and this is the case with the loss percent. So please make a note of these 6 formulae. Now we shall look into the markup price and discount. So what is meant by markup price? It is the price in which we can see that on the label of a product, right? So whenever we purchase a product, on that label we can see the price, that is known as the markup price. So markup price is a combination of the cost price and the taxes and the profit margin, everything. So generally markup price is put on the goods, on the products, in order not to suffer loss due to bargaining. So that is why markup price is a combination of all the prices, all the taxes and everything, including the profit percentage, profit margin. So what we can do, market price is equal to the cost price plus some markup, right? Some markup. Let's say if a product is 10 rupees, right? The MRP of the product is 10 rupees, then 10 rupees includes the cost price of the product. It also includes the taxes. It also includes the profit margin, right? So each and everything is get included in this 10 rupees. So this 10 rupees, this 10 rupee markup is a combination of cost price and some markup price. Let's say the cost price, if the cost price is 8 rupees, then the markup will be 2 rupees. If the cost price is 7 rupees, then the markup will be 3 rupees, right? So markup is equal to cost price plus some markup. So which also means cost price plus percentage of markup on the cost price, right? So if we take this example, 8 plus 2, so this is CP, 8 is CP, plus 2 rupees is markup, which is some percentage of this 8 rupees. So overall 8 plus 2 is 10. So what about discount? Let's take the same example. Here we have 10 rupees. The price of the product is 10 rupees. The markup is 10 rupees. Now, if the shopkeeper gives you a 1 rupee discount, then after giving 1 rupee discount, he sells it for 9 rupees. Then that 1 rupee discount from this markup price is known as the discount. 1 rupee reduction, right, from this markup. So discount is always calculated on market price, and markup is always calculated on the basis of cost price. So cost price plus something is known as markup, and markup minus something, some reduction, is known as discount. So we can write this as selling price is equal to the market price minus discount. So which means market price minus percentage discount on markup price, right? So here 10 rupee is the market price, 1 rupee reduction, so 1 rupee discount is giving, and you are purchasing for 9 rupees. So this 9 rupees is the selling price. So what is the selling price? This 9 rupees. How did we arrive at this 9 rupees? 10 minus 1, right? So 10 minus 1. So 10 is the markup price, 1 is the discount. That's why we arrived at this 9 rupees, which is known as the selling price. So we have to make a special note here. See, when two articles are sold at a same selling price, and in which we get a gain of X% on the first on selling the first article, first product, and a loss of X%. See, the percentage profit and the percentage loss both are same, X and X. So then the overall loss, percentage loss in the transaction is X square by 100. So we will apply this. We will take an example and we will apply this formula. So you can also do these kind of problems by the traditional approach, but it takes some time, right? So instead of that, we can use this formula and directly we will get the answer. But as far as CAT and some non-CAT exams are concerned, please do not use these shortcuts. I'm not telling about this this formula. This one you can learn, but as far as possible, try to solve through the concept method, by using the concept, by using the some traditional methods, because CAT doesn't test your memory, it tests your intelligence, it tests your application. So don't go for shortcuts, don't go for tricks. First understand the concept and try to solve any problems through the concept based method. Then you can solve any problem, whatever the difficulty level is, even it's the basic level or the moderate level or the toughest level, whatever the problem, you can solve it. Okay, so let's move on to the questions. By selling a cell phone for rupees 2400, a shopkeeper makes a profit of 25%. Then his profit percent if he had sold it for rupees 2040. Okay, see, first of all, just understand the question here. By selling a cell phone for 2400, so what does this mean? This means selling price is 2400, selling price of the cell phone is 2400, and the profit percent is 25%. Then his profit, okay, if he had sold it for 2040, then he would make a profit percent of how much? See, we have selling price, we have profit percent. If we calculate the cost price, then we can find out the percentage gain. We know the formula, cost price is equal to 100 plus gain percent by 100 into CP. See, whatever the question is, in the previous slide we discussed some formulae, I think 10 formulae we discussed. You can solve any problem of a profit, loss and discount by using those 10 formulae. No other formula is required to solve the problems those 10 are enough, more than sufficient to solve any problem, whatever the difficulty level the problem can be. You can solve any problem by using those formulae that we have discussed. So SP it's already given, which is 2400. So 100 plus profit percent, that is 25 by 100 into CP is the thing that we must find out. So just solve it. So we will get CP as 1920 and we know SP as 2400. So if CP is 1920 and SP is 2400, what is the profit? 2400 minus 1920. So 120 is the profit, and we are asked to find out the profit percentage. So profit percentage is, we know profit by CP into 100, right? So profit, that is 120 by CP, 1920 into 100, that is equal to 6.25%. Okay. So Meena purchased 2 fans each at rupees 1200. She sold one fan at the loss of 5% and another at the gain of 10%. Find the total gain or loss percent. So Meena purchased 2 fans at rupees 1200. So purchased 2 fans means cost price, right? So cost price of the first fan is 1200 and the cost price of the second fan is also 1200. In the first case, she got a loss of 5%, and in second case, the gain of 10%. And we know the formula, that is SP is equal to 100 minus loss percent by 100 into CP. And in this case, SP is equal to 100 plus gain percent by 100 into CP. See, why we have taken these two formula in these two situations is we have loss percent, so we have considered loss percent formula, and we have gain percent here, so we considered gain percent formula. So we know CP and we know loss percent, and we can find SP. Here we know gain percent and CP, right? CP and gain percent, and the remaining is SP that we have to find out. So just substitute and we will get here SP as 1140, and here we will get SP as 1320. And what is the total SP? Selling price of two articles, it is 2460. This is the total SP. And here what is the total CP? Total CP is equal to 1200 plus 1200, that is 2400. If CP is 2400, SP is 2460, then SP is more than CP. How much? 60 rupees more than CP. Then the profit is 60, right? 60 rupees. So what about the profit percent? Profit percent is profit by CP, which is 2400, profit by CP into 100, that is 2.5%. Okay. See, the profit percent and loss percent we will calculate, we will consider that only with cost price, not the selling price. Please remember this. A woman bought eggs at rupees 30 per dozen. The selling price per 100, so as to gain 12% will be. Okay, so 12 so per dozen means 12 eggs, right? 12. So 12 eggs, the price of 12 eggs is 30 rupees, right? 30 rupees. So what is the price of one egg? One egg is 2.5, right? One egg is 2.5 rupees. And we are asked to find out the selling price per 100 eggs as to gain 12% profit, okay? To gain 12%. So 100, if one egg is 2.5 rupees, 100 eggs is 100 and 2.5, that is 250. This is the cost price. And we must gain 12%, right? This is the cost price, this is the gain percent. Then just find the selling price. We know selling price is 100 plus gain percent by 100. So we have 100 plus gain percent as 12 by 100 into the cost price, which is 250. Just solve it. We will get the selling price as 280 rupees, right? This is its selling price. So the selling price per 100 eggs must be 280 in order to gain 12% profit. Sumit purchased an item for rupees 4000 and sold it at a gain of 35%. From that amount, he purchased another item and sold it at the loss of 20%. What is his overall gain or loss percent? Okay, gain or loss. See, Sumit purchased an item for 4000. What does this mean? This means the cost price is 4000, right? And at a gain of 35%. So gain percent is 35. So just calculate the selling price. Selling price is equal to 100 plus gain percent. So 100 plus 35, that is 135 by 100 into CP. What is CP? 4000. So 5400 is the SP. Now from that amount he purchased another item. So from this, so he spent 5400 and he purchased one more item, and he sold that newly purchased item at a loss of 20%. So when he uses, okay, of course this is the selling price of in the first case, but he is using this one to purchase one more item. So this 5400 becomes the cost price in second case, right? So 5400 is the cost price, and the loss percent in second case is 20. So calculate the SP in this case. SP is 100 minus loss percent. So 100 minus 20, that is 80 by 100 into CP. CP is 5400. So SP in second case will be 4320. SP in first case is 5400. SP in second case is 4320. Now the CP cost price, the first original cost price is 4000. So what is the overall gain or loss? Is it a gain or a loss? CP is 4000. The final SP is 4320. Obviously it's a gain. How much? The gain is 320. 320 again, 320 rupees is the profit. The difference between the cost price and selling price of an article is rupees 240. If the profit is 20%, the selling price is. So the difference between cost price and selling price is 240 rupees, right? And we also know the profit percent. Profit percent is 20. Okay, so we are asked to find out the selling price. So we know percentage profit is equal to selling price minus cost price by, we must calculate it for the by taking cost price, right? With reference to the cost price, we'll take the profit percentage or loss percent by referring cost price, not the selling price. So the substitute, we know this difference to be 240, right? So 240 by cost price into 100, and the profit percent we know as 20. So CP will be equal to 1200, but we are asked to find out the SP, not CP. So we know CP is 1200, and we also know the difference of SP and CP, that is 240. So SP is equal to 240 plus 1200. So SP is equal to 1440. Okay. See, the moment you see profit percentage, then you must know that selling price is greater than cost price. In this case, we get profit only in this case. So the difference between SP and CP is 240. Of course, we have taken CP minus SP, but the profit percentage is 20. So the profit percentage is 20 means SP is definitely greater than CP. See here, SP is definitely greater than CP. A furniture seller sells 2 tables at rupees 1500 each. He earned a profit of 20% on one table and suffered a loss of 20% on another table. Net profit or loss in this deal is. Did you remember the formula that we have discussed in the first slide? So whenever two articles are sold at same price, at same selling price, getting a gain of X% on first one and loss of X% on second one, then calculating the percentage loss. Do you remember this? X square by 100. This is the formula that we are going to use now. See here, a seller sells 2 tables, right? Table 1, table 2. This one we got 20% profit, but whereas for table 2 we got 20% loss. The selling price of both the tables is same, which is 1500. So what is the profit or loss in this deal? So we know X is 20%. So 20 square by 100, that is 4% loss. The formula is, whenever 2 articles are sold at a same selling price, and if we get X% gain from first article and X% loss from the second article, then loss will be X square by 100. In those situations, there will always be a loss. So here the loss is 4%. You can directly substitute this. Okay. A person sold his watch for rupees 75 and got a percentage profit equal to the cost price. The cost price of the watch is. Here what is given? The profit percentage is equal to the cost price. So the profit, if we consider this to be X, so cost price and profit percentage to be X, as both are same, and we also know the selling price. A person sold means SP, so selling price is 75 rupees. So we are asked to find out the cost price. We know percentage profit is selling price minus cost price by CP into 100. So what is a percentage profit? We considered X. So X is equal to 5 minus CP is X by X into 100. I think we will get a quadratic equation. Solve this, we'll get x square plus 100x minus 7500 is equal to 0. Okay, so just solve this equation. X plus 150 into x minus 50 is 0. So here we get x as minus 150, and in the second case we get x as 50. So cost price won't be negative, right? So price won't be negative, so we must consider the positive one, which is 50. So the cost price is 50 rupees. A merchant has 1000 kilos of sugar, part of which he sells at 8% profit and the rest at 18% profit. He gains 14% on the whole. The quantity sold at 18% profit is. We can use the allocations method here. We can use that method and calculate it easily. See, the first one is he gets 8% profit. The second one is he gets 18% profit. So overall he gains 14%, right? Overall he gains 14%. So just take difference, you'll get 6% and 4%. So the ratio is 2:3. And we must find the quantity in kilos sold at 18%. So we must find this part, 18%. 18% means 3 parts. So 3 by total 3 plus 2, 5 into what is the total quantity of sugar? 1000 kilos, right? So this is equal to 600. So 600 kilos is sold at 18% profit. A watch is sold at a profit of 20% if both the cost price and the selling price of the watch are decreased by rupees 100. The profit would be 5% more. So the original cost price of the watch is. See, we do not know the cost price, so let us assume the cost price to be X. And the selling price, whatever the selling price, then SP will be equal to, SP is 100 plus gain percent by 100 into CP, right? 100 plus gain percent by 100 into CP. So 100 plus, we know gain percent is 20, and we know SP as X, right? So 120 by 100 into X, that is equal to 6 by 5X. So this is SP. CP, we assumed it as X. Now in second case, what happens? If the cost price and the selling price of the watch are decreased by 100, then the profit would be 5% more. So cost price, decrease it by 100, CP, that is equal to X minus 100. This is the new CP. Also decrease the SP by 100. SP is 6 by 5X, so just decrease it by 100. Whatever profit, in the first case we got 20%, but in second case 5% more, so 20 plus 5, that is 25% profit. We must find out the original cost price of the watch. Okay, so we have these three, CP, SP and profit percent. So we know the profit percent is SP minus CP by CP into 100. So the profit percent is 25, SP is 6x by 5 minus 100, and CP is minus of X minus 100, that is minus X plus 100 by CP is X minus 100 into 100. So just calculate this, and we will get X as 500. So the original cost price of the watch is 500 rupees. So A sold a watch to B at 40% gain and B sold it to C at a loss of 20%. If C bought the watch for rupees 432, at what price did A purchase it? So here we have A, B and C. A sold a watch and at a gain of 40%, he sold it to B. So A sold it for at a profit of 40%, and B sold the same watch to C at a loss of 20%, and C bought this for 432 rupees. So we need to find at what price A purchased this watch. So if you remember, in percentages we solved this kind of problems. If we consider the original price to be X, then A sold at a profit of 40%. Profit of 40 means 100 plus 40, so 140 by 100. and we sold it to C at a loss of 20%. So loss of 20% means 100 minus 20, which is 80 by 100. The final amount is 432. So this is 432. Calculate this and we'll get X as 385.71. Okay, so this is the price at which A purchased the watch. A dealer, by selling 12 apples, gets the cost price of 15 apples. What is the percentage profit? If you remember, in the first slide we discussed a formula, which is profit percent is equal to goods left by goods sold 100. Let me write it here. Profit percent is, so what are the remaining goods? Left out goods 15 and 12. Remaining is 15 minus 12, 3 by how many goods were sold? 12. 12 apples were sold into 100. So this is equal to 25%. So the profit percentage is 25. If the cost price of a pen is 300 and the percent markup is 20%, what is the marked price? So the cost price is 300, right? This is the cost price, and the markup is 20% of cost price, 20% of 300. So what is 20% of 300? It's 60, right? So this is the cost price, this is the markup price. So what is the final market price? Market price is 360. If the cost price of 15 apples is same as the selling price of 20 apples, find the profit, find the gain or loss percent. Here what is given? The cost price of 15 apples is equal to the selling price of 20 apples. So that means SP into 20. So the CP by SP ratio is 4 by 3, right? You can clearly see that CP is greater than SP here, because CP is 4 and SP is 3. CP is greater than SP. So if CP is greater than SP, then it's definitely a loss. So what is the loss? What is the difference of CP and SP? Difference is 1. So loss is 1 unit. Find the loss percent here. So no more gain here, only loss. So loss percent is, we know, loss by CP. So whatever we have to calculate the profit percent or loss percent, have to consider CP, not SP. So loss by CP into 100. So loss is 1 by, what is CP? CP is 4, right? So 1 by 4 into 100. So loss percent is 25%. So these are the basic level problems of profit, loss and discount. In the upcoming videos, we will solve the advanced problems, the moderate problems and the advanced problems. So our motto, our aim is to cover as many models as possible, as many different problems, different models as possible, so that you will get accustomed with almost all the problems by the time you attempt your actual exams. You attempt your CAT, you attempt your SNAP or Tissnet exam, right? So for Quant, you can follow any standard book. So after watching the videos, you can solve them, practice as many questions as possible. If you want a specific number, don't leave any topic without solving at least 50 questions from that. Okay, 20 from introductory, 30 from moderate level, or 25, that's your wish, but cover as many models as possible and at least solve 50 questions per each topic after watching these videos. Okay, if you are already well aware of the basics, you can directly jump into them, but why I suggest you to watch our videos is we cover as many questions, as many models as possible, right? So practice it and revise them. For profit and loss, the formula that we have discussed in the first slide, those formulae are enough to solve any problem. It can be of any difficulty level. You can solve any problem by using those formulae. No other formula is required. So revise it. All the very best.